Welcome to Breakthrough Mode, the podcast where we intentionally get into the driver's seat of our lives, shift out of monotony and mediocrity, and step on the gas towards becoming the person we were always meant to become. Hello and welcome to Monday Morning with Megan. I am your host, Megan Bauer. Thank you so much for joining me and pushing play on today's episode. This is episode 295, and I have a really great week for you in store. And this is one that if you truly take this to heart, it will change your life. This week is all about what matters most, truly. And it's about what matters most to you, not what matters most to me, not what matters most to your neighbors or to whoever else. It's what matters most to you. Don't let this be a default setting. Don't let this be reactionary. Don't let this be handed to you by life or someone else. This is what matters most to you. And I want to start you off with this idea of urgency versus importance, because sometimes we get in this place where we treat every notification, every request, every obligation, everything as if they have equal weight when they don't. They absolutely don't. And sometimes we wake up in this place of reacting. We're checking our phones, we're checking our notifications, we're checking our emails. We start responding to our kids, we start making breakfast, we start solving problems and putting out fires, and we haven't even stopped to ask ourselves, what matters most today? We start in this reaction mode, and then we feel like we're behind, and we feel like we're just running, and we're spending our time and our energy wherever it goes. We're just letting it go without even considering what matters most for the day. And while all of that may be good, I'm not saying that there's a problem with any of it. It's just that not all things have an equal importance. Not all things are equally important. I could schedule podcasts, or I could go outside and take a walk when my body really is requesting sun. I could unload the dishwasher, or I could sit down and have a conversation with my kid. I could play video games, or I could pick up the book that my soon-to-be 7th grader is reading to have something else to engage her on. None of those things are bad options. It's just what matters most right now. What matters most in your day? What deserves your time, your attention, and your energy most? Not reactionary, not default, not false urgency. What is important? Busyness can really create this illusion of productivity. We can spend all day running here and there, doing the chores and running the errands and all of this. And if you've ever spent a day like that, and then by the end of the day, you're like, what the crap? I spent all day busy, all day doing things, and I feel so unfulfilled. If you've ever had a day like that, it's because the things that you spent your time and your energy on didn't actually hold any true value to you. And I want to say this because it's not about just zeroing in on one thing or two things that are truly important to you and neglecting everything else. That's not the point. Because you can have an extremely fulfilling and satisfying day that is full of errands, that is full of chores. And if you also spent a portion of your day doing the things that matter most to you, the things that are on your heart, then you will feel fulfilled. Even if it's just 10 minutes here or 15 minutes there, if you Give those things that are most important to you, your time and your energy and your attention. You can still create that feeling of fulfillment, even if there is a stack of other things that need to be done. This is not necessarily an all or nothing thing. This is a signal to yourself that you know what is important and you are giving it the attention, the energy that it deserves, even if it doesn't get the 16 hours of your day that you're awake. It doesn't actually need all 16 hours or whatever it is that you're awake. It just needs you to show up for it. And then that's when you create that feeling of going to bed satisfied, that you know that you took care of the things that matter most to you. So here's where it starts. You start by asking yourself better questions. Don't ask yourself what needs to be done today. There's endless things that need to be done, and they all need to be done now. They can all feel really super urgent and really super important, but not everything is important, and truly, not everything is as urgent as you would be led to believe. So ask yourself instead, what matters most today? What deserves my time and attention today? A year from now, what will matter? And then ask yourself, what can wait? Not in a procrastination type way. I'm not going towards the energy of procrastination. I'm going towards this intentional. This doesn't need to be done today because it's not very important and it's not very urgent. And I can do this some other time. Today doesn't have to be this thing's day. That's an intentional choice. Procrastination is more of an energy of resistance, of avoidance. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm telling you to make intentional choices about what gets you today, because you only have today. You only have now, right now. And so, what is most important for right now? What is most important for today? Those are the questions you should be asking yourself when you wake up in the morning, before you start reacting, before you pick up your phone, before you start scrolling notifications or going through emails or whatever. What matters today? And you know what? I want to issue that to you as a challenge. Tomorrow morning, when you wake up, before you reach for your phone, before your feet hit the ground, ask yourself, what matters today? And then let yourself sit in the question until you have an answer. And then you'll know that that thing that came to your mind matters today. Of course, I have a quote to send you on your way. This quote is by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, or I think it's Goethe. I don't know. I don't know German. Jake would know, but he's not here. So here's what Johann said. Our good friend Johann. He said, the things that matter most must never be at the mercy of the things that matter least. I'm going to say that one more time. The things that matter most must never be at the mercy of the things that matter least. That's a powerful quote. The part here that our dear friend Johann doesn't give us is that you have to know what matters most in order for it to not be at the mercy of what matters least. You have to know, you have to have already decided what is most important. That can be tricky. That can be a challenge. And that's what we're focused on this week. Thank you so much for joining me. I totally love you. Bye for now.